Next, we're going to be talking about Project Veritas. They are on fire. Nonstop, Project Veritas is coming out with whistleblowers across the board. News networks, mail clerks that were basically seeing the fraud happen in front of their eyes. Big tech companies, everything. And now we have a far left, essentially an Antifa teacher that is pushing indoctrination onto the kids he's supposed to be teaching. This is Project Veritas here. Breaking. Pro-Antifa high school teacher in California admits communist indoctrination of students. Quote, I have 180 days to turn them into revolutionaries. Wow. Claims other teachers are on the same page, and then there is a reason why these kids are becoming further left. Huh. Would you look at that? Would you look at that and honestly, is it a surprise? That's really my question. Is it even a surprise? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Project Veritas released shocking new video today. California AP government, I almost said creature, but I mean, geez. Teacher Gabriel Gipe boasting about politically indoctrinating his students at Durham High School. And here's a video of it. Gipe said that his intention is to radicalize students into supporting Marxist ideas by using the public school system as an avenue to incentivize them to participate in fringe extracurricular activities. I mean, wow. Right off the bat, it is insane. And he is so smug about it because he's obviously thinking the person he's talking to is all about it as well. Turns out he was recording you the whole time. He got you, dude. 180 days to turn them students into revolutionaries. And then when asked, well, how do you do that? And he goes, scare the F out of them. I post a calendar every week. I have students show up for protests, community events, tabling, food distribution, all sorts of things. And when they go, they take pictures, write up a reflection, and that's their extra credit. It's like, well, I mean, some of that seems all right, but it quickly turns dark. Gipe said he keeps track of his students' political inclinations. He is also perplexed when a student expresses discomfort with the decorations in his public school classroom. He has an Antifa flag in there, by the way. So they take an ideology quiz, and I put the results on the classroom wall. Every year, they get further and further left. I'm like, these ideologies are considered extreme, right? Extreme times breed extreme ideologies, right? There's a reason why Gen Z, these kids are becoming further and further left. Or maybe it's because of your classroom, sir. Look at his class. Here's his classroom. A big Antifa flag and a pride flag, or the outdated pride flag, I'm assuming, because there's, I don't know, all sorts of new colors involved in it. I have an Antifa flag in my classroom wall, and the students complained about that, he said. It made him feel uncomfortable. Oh, boo-hoo. Well, this Antifa flag is meant to make fascists feel uncomfortable. So if you feel uncomfortable, I don't really know what to tell you. Maybe you shouldn't be aligning with the values that this flag is antithetical to. He's telling this to his students. Hey, that flag makes me uncomfortable. Oh, you must be a fascist then. What are you, a fascist? Because you're against anti-fascists? These fascists are insane. They are literally yelling at people, beating up preachers in the street. Look, I'm not religious, but I appreciate anyone's and respect anyone's right to believe whatever they want, right? But not shove it down other people's throats, all right? And force them. I mean, that's what these people are doing. If you don't agree with me, then you're a Nazi. That's literally what these people do. Oh, you don't like that flag? Oh, you're a fascist then. To kids. He's talking to kids right here. Your kids. My kid. I mean, I don't have kids, but my goodness, I'd be I'd be super pissed. The public school teacher went on to suggest that a viable solution for society's problem is a violent overthrow of the United States government. Wow. Really? Antifa wants to overthrow the government? What? Hey, Joe Biden, you're the president now. Do you still believe that they're just an idea? Because that's what you said last year. Oh, no, they're just an idea. What? No, they're not just an idea. They are in our classrooms indoctrinating children to their crazy ways, explaining to them, convincing these kids that the government, there's something wrong with the government, that the government needs to be toppled. I mean, maybe it should be smaller. That I can agree on. But a violent overthrow of the government? Isn't that what you call an insurrection? Interesting. So we got these Antifa teachers teaching children how to basically stage a future insurrection, an actual insurrection. A violent overthrow of the U.S. government. What does that mean? Huh? This is a public school teacher here. Wow. Wow. It is absolutely insane. This is something that Cernovich tweeted, and it's a video. I'm going to play a little bit of it.
I'm good.
I am a journalist with Project Veritas.
Okay.
Nice to talk with you.
That's the teacher right there.
Don't mind my colleague recording. We are recording, but I think you're going to
Look
be
at the
more
shirt he's
interested
wearing.
in what I have to say here.
I don't feel comfortable with this.
I'm not comfortable with this.
I think
you
that
must
there's
be a
been a lot
fascist
of
then.
uncomfortability in your classroom. I'd like to talk with you about some of the statements you've made. I believe you said
I
it.
don't know what Project Veritas is.
Well, we're journalists.
Okay.
And
I don't want to be.
And you mentioned to one of our colleagues that
Running
you have
away.
180 days to turn students into revolutionaries. Would you like to expound upon that?
We do not consent to this filming. We do not consent to these questions.
Well, you're in a public place, and I don't think parents consent to their students
Boom.
being, quote, turned into revolutionaries. So if you'd like to give a comment on that,
Boom.
those newsworthy statements you've made, I think that would go a long way to resolve some concerns in the community.
We would appreciate some distance. If you could step away. That would
Dude,
Well, Mr.
she's
Gipe,
so,
if you could
she's
please
so
just
triggered
provide me
right now.
commentary on these statements. I mean, a student voiced their uncomfortability in your classroom with the Antifa flag. Do you recall that? Do you recall how you responded to that
You
student?
called him a fascist.
You tacitly implied they might be aligned with fascists.
Dude, this guy is
I mean,
a
is this the kind of
boss.
behavior in line with the mission statement of your high school? Don't you give students extra credit for going to partisan left-wing events?
Is Antifa still an idea? Were they ever an idea? He even says in the video that they released of him speaking. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Hold on.
So I'm out of this. Make fascists feel uncomfortable. So if you feel uncomfortable, I don't really know what to tell you. Like,
How do you do that? How do you?
people were definitely like.
All right, I don't know where in the video he says it, but he talks about how, talking about Antifa and how they try to maintain like a loose organization so that they don't get triggered at, or pinned as an organization. Oh my gosh, that's a picture of Mao. That is literally Mao on the wall. I didn't catch that before. Oh, is that a Nazi flag? It's a swastika. It's literally a swastika.
Shot in the streets that probably shouldn't have been.
Holy cow.
Came about after the economic run. I don't.
That is a swastika. That's Mao. This is communism. These are communists that are literally teaching our kids that capitalism is bad. No, capitalism's great. Capitalism, because of capitalism, more people have been risen out of poverty in the past 120 years, 20, 30 years than all of human history. I learned that from Jordan Peterson, another one that they love to attack. He's an amazing man. If you don't know him, you should absolutely learn him. I'm assuming most of you know who that is, but this is insane. This is what's going on in our classrooms. Wow.